a platform. Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Prasar Bharati. Coming up in the next hour, Indian President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi extend Diwali wishes as celebrations embrace the world with fervor. As Israel-Hamas conflict rages on, Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu says fight against Hamas will continue with full force, bringing back hostages, main goal of the war. And in sports, India to take on the Netherlands in Bengaluru today. Urging all to spread joy to the poor and needy, Indian President Draupadi Murmu has extended Diwali to fellow citizens living in India and abroad. In her message, the President has said, and I quote, "On the auspicious occasion of Diwali, I extend my warm greetings and best wishes to all fellow citizens living in India and abroad. Diwali is a festival of joy and happiness. It is celebrated to mark the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and justice over injustice. People of different religions and faiths celebrate this festival and spread the message of love, brotherhood, and harmony. This festival is a symbol of kindness, positivity, and prosperity. The festival of Diwali illuminates our conscience and inspires us to work for welfare of humanity. One lamp can light up many others. In the same manner, we can bring happiness and prosperity in the lives of the poor and needy by sharing our joys with them. Let us all celebrate the Festival of Lights safely and take pledge for nation building by contributing in the conservation of environment." Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also conveyed greetings to people on the auspicious occasion of Diwali, wishing everyone a happy Diwali. He said, "May this special festival bring joy, prosperity, and wonderful health to everyone's lives." Diwali, the festival of lights, is celebrated all across India. It symbolizes the triumph of good over evil. DD India's Sujata Lochab reports.
India, the land of festivals, where the vibrant and celebratory spirit of the country is beautifully expressed through its diverse festivities. One such celebration is Diwali, also known as Deepavali, the festival of lights, colors, and cuisine. Diwali is a lunar calendar-based event that occurs from mid-October to mid-November. Apart from Hindus, Diwali is also celebrated by Sikh and Jain communities. For some North Indian communities, Diwali signifies the beginning of New Year. It symbolizes the triumph of good over evil, with origins tracing back to Lord Ram's return to Ayodhya after defeating demon king Ravan. This day holds a special place for Ayodhya, one of the holy cities in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, as Lord Ram's birthplace. Entire nation is eagerly waiting for the completion of the magnificent Ram temple that is under construction there. Though people start preparing a month in advance, the actual festivities start from Dhanteras, a day when people purchase new things they believe will bring prosperity and good luck. Second day is called Naraka Chaturdashi, named so since it is celebrated on the 14th day of the lunar cycle. The third day, when the entire nation immerses in vibrant festivities, from making colorful rangolis to decorating homes with blinking lights and earthen lamps. The entire nation adorns a new look on the moonless night of Diwali. After Govardhan Puja on the fourth day, the 5-day festival culminates with Bhai Dooj, a celebration of sibling bonds. Diwali is now not limited to physical borders. With India's expatriate community, the festival is spreading the lights of India's cultural heritage across the globe.
Well, Tihar celebration starts today in Nepal. Devotees feed ravens to appease the god of death. Nepal celebrates today the first day of the festival of lights called Tihar. It is the second biggest festival of Hindus in Nepal after Doordarshan. People take holy dips in rivers and ponds at sunrise on this day. The market in Nepal is crowded with devotees shopping for the Tihar celebration. Traditional sweets such as chimti, lakamari, barfi, pera, laddu are high on sale during Tihar festivity. Vibrant marigold flowers are another charm of the Tihar festival in Nepal, where garlands of marigold are hung up at the doors and windows, and the yellow marigold blooms known as sayapatri are tied together into a garland and decorated at people's homes. Sayapatri is 100-petal flower called marigold. The season of marigold picking is high during Tihar. With the growing demand, marigold flowers are being commercially grown in many parts of the country, and marigold flowers are used during various celebrations on auspicious occasions in Nepal. Flower garlands in millions are in demand in the market during Tihar festival, especially because people use it to decorate houses, shops and workplaces. The dynamic festival of Diwali has cast its radiant spell on the city, igniting the spirit of Dubai's residents in jubilant festivities. Various communities have united in celebration, exemplifying the rich tapestry of diversity that characterizes Dubai. Numerous neighborhoods, including Al Mankul, Dubai, Karama and Al Barsha, sparkle with vibrant illuminations as residents transform their spaces into captivating displays of light. From the traditional illumination of lamps to breathtaking firework exhibitions, the city has draped itself in a myriad of colors. Local markets are experiencing a surge in demand for traditional clothing, sweets and ornamental items as residents prepare to immerse themselves in the Diwali spirit. The palpable enthusiasm is evident as people exchange greetings and gifts, nurturing a sense of camaraderie throughout the day. Well, DD India correspondent Dibyendu Mondal joins us live from New Delhi. Dibyendu, exactly tell us, where are you right now and how are people celebrating Diwali there? It's Diwali time, it's the festival of lights. What is happening where you are standing?
Well, good morning, Siddharth. Happy Diwali to you and to all our viewers. I am here at Connaught Place in New Delhi. It is the heart of the national capital. This is, we are at a very ancient Hanuman temple here in New Delhi. People since morning are thronging to the temple to seek the blessings of the god and goddesses. This is an auspicious day for all devotees that are coming here, and in fact for all across the globe. Diwali is not just celebrated in India now, it is a global festival, and behind me there are people that are coming to shop flowers, there are people that are coming to shop the earthen diyas or the earthen lamps that will be lit up in every household in India in the evening. And, since morning, as I said, people are coming in to take the blessings of the God since it's an auspicious day. In the morning when we came, we could see a huge queue here at the temple. But since as the day proceeds, people will also go to the markets and rush to the markets to complete the last-minute shoppings. And in the evening, this is the tradition here in India where people, along with their families, celebrate Diwali as mostly as a closed-door festival with their near and dear ones. Is how Diwali is celebrated here in India.
Well, definitely, Dibyendu, and we see that this Diwali is certainly special because people who are coming to shop, they are opting the Indian-made products over any other products that are available in the markets, which means that the Vocal for Local campaign is picking up the pace in the country.
Well, of course, that's absolutely correct because we have been going to the market since the last couple of days. We have brought out stories where how people have on record been saying that they are looking for products which are made in India, and they are opting out products that are not made in India. Many people have also said that since this is a time when everyone should celebrate and when everyone should be, it's a joyous moment perhaps for everybody. So they want to give business to the small vendors, to the small traders here in India who have been working around the year to make a livelihood. So this is the reason you see throughout the markets in India, and not just here in Delhi, people are looking to buy products that are made in India. So definitely the campaign called Vocal for Local has picked up, and it has percolated very well down to the people, when people are especially looking for buying products for this Diwali, which is made in India and local.
Definitely. And Dibendu also tell us that in the spirit of Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world is one family, how this festival connects us with the global audience, with global people globally.
Well, Siddharth, see, Diwali is no more a festival that is just restricted in India. Diwali has transcended borders, and it is being celebrated across the world. There are countries like Singapore where Diwali is declared as a national holiday, and not only in Singapore, there are many European nations where the Indian diaspora celebrates Diwali with the same fervor, and not just Indian diaspora. I have a couple of friends. I have relatives back in Europe and the United States that celebrate Diwali with their counterparts, with their friends who are not Indians. So of course Diwali is a festival that has transcended borders, that has in fact become a global festival. Remember, even in the Gulf country where a significant number of Indian diaspora lives, Diwali is celebrated with much fanfare.
Correct.
People decorate their house with the lights, with diyas, as it is done here in India.
All right, on that note, thank you so much, Dibendu, for joining in, and a very happy Diwali. Well, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has extended Diwali greetings to the Indian community.
Namaste. On behalf of the government and the people of South Africa, I offer my good wishes to the Hindu community as it celebrates Diwali, the festival of lights. As a nation of many cultures and faiths, we have a deep appreciation of the importance of Diwali to members of the Hindu faith. Diwali is a celebration of the triumph of light over darkness.
Australia's High Commissioner to India has also extended Diwali greetings.
Aap sabko Diwali ki shubhkamnayein. On behalf of all of us here at the High Commission, to all of you, to your families, to your communities, to your neighborhoods, we wish you the most joyous, happy and prosperous festival of light.
Well, Ambassador of Japan to India, Hiroshi Suzuki, has extended Diwali wishes with his wife.
Happy Diwali!
And British High Commissioner in India, Alex Ellis, has wished Happy Diwali to Indians in Hindi. He said Diwali is about family, friends and fun. Take a listen.
Namaste. आप सबको ब्रिटिश हाई कमीशन की तरफ से Diwali ki shubhkamnayein. Diwali is a truly global event, celebrated in India, celebrated across the world, including in Downing Street and across the United Kingdom. That's why I would like to say, Aap aapke parivar ki Diwali surakshit, samridh aur khushhal rahein.
Updates now from the Israel-Hamas conflict. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel will continue its war until Hamas is defeated.
We won't stop until the mission is completed. The war against Hamas, ISIS, is progressing in full swing and has one goal, which is to win. Army forces have completed the encircling of the Gaza Strip. They are working now inside the city, outskirts of Al-Shifa hospital. They killed 2,000 terrorists, including senior commanders, who were among those who led this terrible massacre on the Saturday, the 7th of October.
For the day after the war, Netanyahu said Gaza would be demilitarized.
אני שמח שמנהיגים רבים בעולם נענו להזמנתי.
As for the talk about the day after this day, will only be after the elimination of Hamas. Gaza will be demilitarized and there will no longer be a threat from the Gaza Strip to the state of Israel. And to ensure there won't be such threat, as long as it's needed, IDF will control Gaza Strip security to prevent terror within.
In a series of tweets, Office of Prime Minister of Israel says the war against Hamas-ISIS is advancing at full force and it has one goal: victory. There is no substitute for victory. We will eliminate Hamas and bring back our hostages. IDF forces have completed the encirclement of the city of Gaza. He also wrote, the return of our hostages is main goal of the war. This goal is the top priority for me and my colleagues here. To this end, I convene in-depth discussions on a daily basis in the war cabinet that I chair. Chief Israeli military spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said on Saturday that the Israeli military will help evacuate babies trapped in Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital.
The east side of the hospital is open on El Wade Street for the safe pass of Gazans who wish to leave the hospital. We're speaking directly and regularly with the hospital staff. The staff of the Shifa hospital has requested that tomorrow we will help the babies in the pediatric department to get to a safer hospital. We will provide the assistance needed.
While IDF assures to help in the safe evacuation of the babies, Israeli officials also refuse claims that they are firing on Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City.
In the last few hours, I hear on the news that there is a siege and that there are strikes on the Shifa hospital. I want to say clearly, this is a lie. There are clashes between IDF troops and Hamas terrorist operatives around the hospital. There is no shooting at the hospital and there is no siege. The east side of the hospital remains open. Al-Wahda Street is open. Even now, anyone can leave if they want to.
Still to come on DD India News Hour. Dozens arrested by London police at pro-Palestinian demonstrations. Chancellor Olaf Scholz's coalition greenlights a doubling of German military aid for Ukraine. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar embarks on an official visit to United Kingdom.
Turning crisis into opportunity, transforming ideas into action, stories of real change, tales of sustainable solution.
This series is going to tell stories of such change makers.
Watch Change Makers on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. And in a latest video, the Israel Defense Forces have claimed to have found arms and ammunition inside a kindergarten while operating in northern Gaza. The video has been shared on social media platform X. The Israel Defense Forces said its 551st Brigade exposed and destroyed weapons found in civilian areas over the past 2 weeks. The situation in the Middle East have remained tense ever since Hamas fighters rampaged into Israel on October 7, killing at least 1,200 people. On Saturday, thousands of protesters rallied in Tel Aviv calling for the release of the hostages. Among the protesters gathered outside of Israel's defense ministry were families, friends and supporters of hostages. Some held pictures of hostages while yelling "Now" in Hebrew. Tel Aviv's Palace of Culture in the city's central Habima Square was also lit up to display a message of support for hostages and their families. The words "Bring them home" could be seen glowing on the Palace of Culture just in front of an art installation featuring over 200 empty beds, symbolizing the absent hostages. Indian Prime Minister has reached Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh to celebrate Diwali with our brave security forces. Yeah, this is the tweet which you are watching on your screens. The Indian Prime Minister has now reached Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh to celebrate Diwali with our brave security forces. This is how Prime Minister Narendra Modi is planning to celebrate Diwali with our brave soldiers. And why not? Because they are the ones who are serving our nations. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi this time is celebrating Diwali with our brave soldiers in Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh. And this is the latest picture which you are watching on your screens right now. These are the soldiers from IBPP and Army who are celebrating Diwali with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's right now in Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh celebrating Diwali festivities with the brave hearts, the brave soldiers of our country who are protecting us day and night selflessly. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is celebrating this auspicious festival of Diwali with the brave soldiers in Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh. This is what you're seeing right now on your screens, the latest pictures from us, where you can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacting with the soldiers, wishing them Diwali on this auspicious festival, which is now going global. Diwali is not just a festival which is restricted to India now, it is going global. And Vocal for Local campaign also is picking up the pace. As we were talking with our correspondent Dibendu Mondal, he just said that people are now opting for Indian-made products and are not opting for the other products that are available in the market, which goes on to show that the Vocal for Local campaign is picking up the pace in the country. Here you can see on the screens Prime Minister Narendra Modi is interacting with the brave hearts, wishing them a very happy Diwali on this auspicious occasion. He also tweeted and wished the entire nation a very happy Diwali. He, along with President Draupadi Murmu, extended Diwali greetings to the nation, and not just to the nation but to the world, to the diaspora population as well who are staying outside, and also to the entire world, and not just in India. The Diwali is being celebrated all across the globe now. You can see we have shown you some time earlier the videos where from New York, Japan, people are celebrating Diwali and wishing India on this auspicious festival. On your screens, you can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacting with our brave hearts, wishing them a very, very happy Diwali. He decided to celebrate this auspicious festival with our brave hearts in Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh. You are seeing the latest visuals right now on the screens when Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi is celebrating Diwali with brave hearts. These are the people who selflessly fight for the nation. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has decided to celebrate this festival with our brave hearts. Indian Prime Minister has reached Lepcha now in Himachal Pradesh to celebrate Diwali with our brave security forces. These are the latest pictures that we have got for you. You can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacting with brave hearts, and you can see behind him are the other brave hearts standing as he talks and wishes them a very happy Diwali on this auspicious occasions. And like I said, that Diwali is not just restricted to the country now. Diwali is going global. Everyone is celebrating Diwali. The diaspora population. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had also put out a tweet wishing the nation a very happy Diwali, not just the nation, but to the global audience as well. Because everyone is celebrating Diwali. We just showed you how people in Japan, people in New York and Dubai are also celebrating this auspicious festival of Diwali. This is an auspicious festival. It's considered as a festival of lights and joy. And the auspicious Hindu festival of Diwali, it falls this time on November 12. It's also known as Deepavali, the festival of lights, and is marked with pomp across the country. This festival symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. And the latest pictures you are seeing on the screen right now is the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacting with our brave hearts, wishing them a very happy Diwali on this auspicious occasion. This is the latest we have got for you. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh, celebrating Diwali with our brave hearts. Well, DD India correspondent Arun Sharma joins us. Arun, this is the Festival of Lights. This is an auspicious festival of Diwali. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has decided to celebrate this festival in Lepcha in Himachal Pradesh with our brave hearts.
Absolutely. So, a picture speaks louder than words. A powerful picture here. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrating Diwali with the soldiers. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is, as of now, is in Indian state of Himachal Pradesh, and he is in the border area of Lepcha. And we have seen that right from 2014, when he became the Prime Minister, every year he celebrates his Diwali with the brave hearts, the soldiers of our country. So we have often seen that on various forward posts and, of course, on various border areas, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he visits during the Diwali time. Now, even, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the Chief Minister of Indian state of Gujarat, at that point in time also, he used to visit the army personnel or the security forces during Diwali time. So it is not that only after assuming charge as Indian Prime Minister, also when he was Chief Minister of Indian state of Gujarat, at that time also, he used to visit, various border areas. Now, we have often seen that, and then even Indian Prime Minister has said that on various occasions, that the entire, these army personnel, the security forces, he considers them as his family members. He's also said this point earlier, that the Indian forces, the security personnel, the army personnel primarily, they are there on the border and they're not alone. It is the entire country that is standing right behind these security personnel, the army personnel, and therefore Indian Prime Minister is representing 140 crore Indians. This is a symbolic gesture that these army personnel are not alone on the border area. They are not far away from their family. Entire country is standing with them in this celebration time. And we have often seen that Indian Prime Minister visiting the army personnel, the security personnel on this celebration time of Diwali as well.
Well, definitely, Arun, and like I was saying, that Diwali is not just restricted to the country right now. The festival is going global. Countries like Japan, Dubai and New York, in fact, they are celebrating Diwali with full fervor.
Oh, absolutely. So we have seen that during Diwali, the celebration time, and one more thing to add here, Siddharth, that, we haven't seen any world leader showing this kind of gesture. Every Diwali, we see, or on any kind of occasion, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there with the security personnel or the army personnel. Second important aspect, Prime Minister Modi also exudes confidence in these security personnel. When the head of the, or you can say that when the Indian Prime Minister, the head of the family, you can say that when he's there with you at the border area, the army personnel also gets a confidence, a morale booster. And Prime Minister Modi has also often said that his focus is to strengthen the army. Modernization is the key area, or the focus area of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We have seen that how two defense corridors are being built in India. One in Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, second in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
Also, we have seen that how modernization has become the key word as far as the army infrastructure or the security infrastructure is concerned. Last but not the least, and it's very important that, Indian the security forces or armed forces are becoming more Atmanirbhar or self-reliant in nature because focus is on indigenization.
Yeah.
We have come out with a negative list whereby we are now cutting down our imports, and of course we are becoming self-reliant. So all these steps taken by the Indian Prime Minister these kind of reformist approach that has been taken by India, that gives a morale booster to the security personnel and army personnel as well. And, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there, of course, we are expecting that he will also be addressing because, often we have seen earlier also, he addresses the armed forces as well. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting this border area in Himachal Pradesh, lot to expect as far as this visit is concerned on this Diwali.
Well, on that note, Arun, thank you so much for joining in. Well, still to come on DD India News Hour. Paris Peace Forum 2023 concludes, echoing hope for a united world. Stay with us to know more. Iceland declares a state of emergency after a series of earthquakes raised fears of a volcanic eruption.
Turning crisis into opportunity, transforming ideas into action, stories of real change, tales of sustainable solution.
This series is going to tell stories of such change makers.
Watch Change Makers on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj, and let's have a look at the headlines once again. Indian President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi extend Diwali wishes as celebrations embrace the world with fervor. As Israel-Hamas conflict rages on, Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu says fight against Hamas will continue with full force, bringing back hostages, main goal of the war. And in sports, India to take on the Netherlands in Bengaluru today. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Mike Johnson unveiled a Republican stopgap spending measure to avert a government shutdown. And the proposal, however, quickly ran into opposition from lawmakers from both parties in Congress. The Republican stopgap contained no supplemental funding for Israel or Ukraine. The House and Democratic-led Senate must agree on one such proposal that President Biden can sign into law by Friday, or U.S. could risk a fourth partial government shutdown in a decade. Former U.S. President Donald Trump, currently the leading contender for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, at a campaign rally in New Hampshire, said if he becomes the president, there would be no World War III. He also promised protection for veterans, ending conflicts in the Middle East and Ukraine.
To me, peace through strength is not just a political slogan. It's actually a moral duty. And it's my commitment to you, the American people, but you will not have World War III. You know, we were respected when I was president.
The Paris Peace Forum wrapped up on Saturday in the French capital. The two-day event brought together political and business leaders to talk about finding common solutions to tackle global challenges. The theme of the forum was seeking common ground in a world of rivalry. DD India correspondent Rebecca reports from Paris.
The idea of the Paris Peace Forum is to promote good governance, and it brought together political leaders, business leaders and international organisations to discuss some of the biggest problems that the world is facing at the moment and try to come up with some possible solutions. So topics that were on the agenda included peace and security, climate change was a really big theme this year, also the rise of technology and the risks associated with that, including artificial intelligence, and issues such as poverty and inequality. Climate change was really a major area of focus, though, and we heard President Emmanuel Macron talking about a need for unity to tackle rising carbon emissions, and also talking about the unprecedented challenge that's posed by melting glaciers. And there were also panel discussions that took place on this matter, where speakers talked about the fact that developed nations had promised a certain amount of help to developing countries to help them adapt to climate change, and this hadn't necessarily been delivered on, including finance, for example. Of course, this conference comes at a time when there is a lot of conflict globally. We've got Russia's war in Ukraine and now the Israel-Hamas war, and that's a really big concern for a conference like this as well, because it means that the international unity that's needed to address many of the global problems that were actually talked about becomes very, very difficult. Rebecca Bunden in Paris, reporting for DD India.
And as Australia touts Tuvalu security, Migration Pact, Foreign Minister Penny Wong said that it showed Australia understands it has to work hard to be a partner of choice as it seeks to counter China's influence in the Pacific. Australia announced on Friday that the security guarantee to the tiny Pacific Islands nation to respond to military aggression, protect it from climate change and boost migration. Tuvalu is one of just 30 nations to maintain an official diplomatic relationship with Taiwan, as Beijing has made increasing Pacific inroads.
This agreement with Tuvalu is the most important step any Australian government has taken in the Pacific since the independence of Papua New Guinea. So I think we should understand what it means and understand also the foresight of the government of Tuvalu in seeking it. As Prime Minister Netanyahu said, this is a giant leap forward in our joint mission to assure security, prosperity and stability in the region.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's governing coalition has agreed to double German military aid for Ukraine next year to $8.54 billion. If approved by the parliament in Berlin, where Scholz's parties hold a majority, the boost would hit Germany's defense spending beyond the 2% of gross domestic product target pledged by all North Atlantic Treaty Organization members. Lawmakers of Scholz's Social Democrats, the Free Democrats and the Green Party have agreed on an increase in negotiations over the proposed 2024 federal budget this week. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said 214 Ukrainians have been pulled out of Gaza Strip as efforts to evacuate the citizens are ongoing. Zelensky said the number is changing almost every hour. The Ukrainian president marked the anniversary of the liberation of Kherson on Saturday and said his forces will respond to the Russian army's attacks on the strategically important southern city.
We continue the evacuation of Ukrainian citizens from the Gaza Strip. This work has been going literally all day. The number of those who were saved changes almost every hour. Already 214 of our people. We also help citizens of Moldova. We expect this number to grow.
For the third consecutive night, demonstrators and police clashed in front of the Socialist Party headquarters in Spain's capital city of Madrid. The riot police fired tear gas to control the protesters. Protests are taking place in Spain ever since Socialist acting Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez won support to secure a new term. Sánchez has been accused by his opponents of putting the rule of law in Spain on the line for his own political gain. Iceland has declared a state of emergency, with police officials urging residents to evacuate the coastal town of Grindavik following an intense wave of earthquakes in the southwest of the country linked to a possible volcanic eruption. Icelandic authorities have completed the evacuation of 3,000 residents of a town in the southwestern part of countries over concerns of a volcanic eruption after a series of earthquakes hit the country. The Icelandic Meteorological Office said on Saturday there was a considerable risk of an eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula. Hundreds of people were evacuated from their houses in northern France's Pas-de-Calais region after heavy rains caused the river to overflow. Amid flooding, rescuers helped families collect their belongings and move safe location. The local authorities have warned that although rain had stopped, the risk of inundation was still high. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has embarked on an official visit to the United Kingdom. During his visit, Jaishankar will be holding discussions with his counterpart, Foreign Secretary James Cleverly, and will meet several other dignitaries. India and the UK have a growing bilateral partnership. The India-UK Comprehensive Strategic Partnership was launched in 2021 along with the India-UK Roadmap 2030. The roadmap is a commitment to a partnership that delivers for both the countries. Jaishankar's visit will give a new impetus to the friendly ties between the two countries. Let's take a look at other stories making news around the world. Thousands of people staged anti-government protests in Honduras against President Xiomara Castro. The protesters were angered by attempts to engineer what they claim is an unconstitutional power grab. Supported by the opposition parties, around 10,000 people gathered in capital in a peaceful march. Britain's King Charles and Queen Camilla have unveiled statues of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip at the Royal Albert Hall, which will host the Royal British Legend Festival of Remembrance this year. The venue's president, Ian McCulloch, said the sculptures were commissioned to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the Royal Albert Hall in 2021. The carnival season was kicked off in the stronghold of Cologne in Germany. Thousands of German revelers participated in the event. The event is traditionally celebrated on the 11th day of the 11th month at 11:11 a.m. Well, an albino puma has become the center of attraction at the Thomas Belt Zoo. The almost 4-month-old puma has been named Itze, which in Mayan means gift from God. Itze weighs more than 6 kilos and is in good health right now. Albinism is a genetic condition characterized by a lack of protective pigment melanin in the hair, skin, and eyes. Air pollution has emerged as one of the biggest environmental health risks of our times. According to the UN, air pollution kills an estimated 7 million people every year globally. In Changemakers this week, meet innovators who are providing unique solutions to the challenge of air pollution.
Air pollution is one of the most pressing environmental and public challenges of our time. It is, you can call it an invisible enemy that affects the health of not just few hundreds, but few billions, and the vitality of ecosystems, the economy of nations, and so on. At AMBI, we believe that the fight against air pollution begins with reliable data. If you can't measure it, you cannot solve it. So our innovations are designed to provide real-time, actionable insights into air quality. We leverage all the latest, greatest technology. We have proprietary data from proprietary sensors, advanced algorithms. We're not just keeping up with the challenge, but we're also working a lot harder to stay ahead of it.
And you can watch the brand new episode of Changemakers on Sunday, 12th of November at 8 p.m. IST and 2:30 p.m. GMT. And still to come on DD India News Hour. Diwali is being celebrated across the world. India look to continue winning momentum when they take on the Netherlands at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru today.
Turning crisis into opportunity, transforming ideas into action, stories of real change, tales of sustainable solution.
This series is going to tell stories of such changemakers.
Watch Changemakers on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj, and time now for sport. Well, we will start with India versus Netherlands. And in the Cricket World Cup, table toppers India take on wooden spoon holders, the Netherlands, in Bengaluru on Sunday. The mouth-watering contest on Diwali Day will be a great opportunity for cricketing fans to enjoy some good cricket. It would also present an opportunity to coach Rahul Dravid to tick another box onto his home turf. DD India's Anil Thomas has all the details on how cricket promises to make your Diwali Day special.
M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru is from where the juggernaut began to roll 2 months ago for Team India. Since that Team India camp at Alur, India have won the Asia Cup title, climbed to the top of the ICC rankings. Come Sunday, they get another shot to complete an invincible league campaign at a World Cup with 9 wins in 9 matches.
I think just the ticking the box of I think what we've been doing really well, which is I think we've maintained some really high standards in terms of our execution, our intensity, and I think it's just continuing on that journey. So,
opposites, the Netherlands would love to enjoy the chance to play India in front of a packed house, which does not come too often for the associate member nation. There is an 11-year gap to their previous meeting at the SCG, but they are now playing Rohit Sharma's team again in 12 months' time. For the Dutch, that is a sign of progress.
We're obviously looking forward to the game tomorrow. It will be a great occasion on Diwali at the Chinnaswamy. Obviously, lots of excitement around that for our team. And yeah, really looking forward to testing our skills up against the table toppers.
There's a Champions Trophy berth to fight for, and the Dutch will be out to prove that they are not just a box for India to tick off. Sunday marks an opportunity for some loud statement making in one of the loudest settings in international cricket on Diwali night.
Unstoppable Team India look to make it 9 out of 9 in the group stage in this current World Cup. Rahul Dravid on his home turf, and Indian team's journey presents him with a great opportunity to test his bench strength. Opposites Netherlands have nothing to lose. They have won hearts. Can they end their World Cup campaign on a high? With camera person S. Jayashankar, Anil Thomas reporting for DD India from Bengaluru.
And England defeated Pakistan in their last league game by 93 runs at Eden Gardens on Saturday. Chasing a target of 338 runs, Pakistan batters were bowled out on 244 runs in 43.3 overs. Earlier, England won the toss and opted to bat. The openers laid the foundation by scoring 82 runs in 14 overs, and after that, Stokes and Root added over 100 runs. They dominated the Pakistan bowling attack. Indian batters Johnny Bairstow, Joe Root and Ben Stokes hammered half-centuries to power their team to imposing total of 337 for the loss of 9 wickets. For England, Joe Root became the first England batter to score 1,000 runs in the ODI World Cup. Diwali celebrations are underway in New York City. Crowds have been treated to a special show featuring dancing, henna painting and art workshops. DD India correspondent William Denslow reports from New York.
Getting into the festival swing. 57 on the Manhattan waterfront has been temporarily transformed for a Diwali celebration.
I didn't realize that there is a Diwali celebration like over here, so we just get to feel a little bit like home over here.
Performances, the fireworks, the dance, and the decorations look amazing.
I got some henna. I don't know, just I came as a tourist.
Rangoli making also featured to help draw in the crowds. This art form plays a significant role on Diwali, marking Lord Ram's return from exile.
They lit up the whole kingdom with the diyas or the lamps, the oil lamps that we call them, and they made these intricate patterns with color and everything to make him feel welcome home after 14 years of being away from his kingdom.
And at this celebration, everyone is welcome too. More than 200,000 New Yorkers are believed to celebrate Diwali. But this event also hopes to enlighten those that may be in the dark when it comes to the significance of the Festival of Lights. This is one of a number of events taking place across New York to mark Diwali.
You want to be represented, but you want to share that. You don't want that in a bubble or in a silo where it's just so isolated, especially when it's such an inclusive and warm culture. So I think it helps people to understand more about who we are, where we come from, what we celebrate, and to be a part of it.
Organisers here hope their efforts will have made a lasting impression on those that have come to get a taste of the Festival of Lights. William Denslow in New York reporting for DD India.
And on the occasion of Diwali, a two-day Rangoli Carnival started in Rajkot. In India's Rajkot, more than 500 artists made different Rangolis. The entire Rajkot city gathered to see the Rangoli Carnival organised at the racecourse Ring Road of Rajkot. This view of Rajkot is worth seeing on the festival of Diwali. The entire community of the city came forward on the racecourse Ring Road. Rangoli Carnival went on for 2 days at Racecourse Ring Road of Rajkot, and more than 500 Rangoli artists from Rajkot came to showcase their art. All right, and that's all for this edition of DD India News Hour. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour, and have an auspicious and clean Diwali.